Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It is Tuesday, November 15th. Some missiles hit Poland, potentially from Russia. That was the news that scared the market there. We're going to look at futures. TA GME is very strong. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. If you have a Twitter, you can follow us on at Happy Money YT, as well as a Discord server. Link for those are in the description. Yeah, so today was pretty mellow, kind of a gap up from yesterday. That was from the PPI. Came in, beat expectations basically, and so market reacted, and it gapped up in the morning. I think we're up like 1.5% at open. I didn't have exposure to that on the futures last night. I did have natural gas to the long side, which I held through. I think I had 3 contracts, so kind of a lot on these, even on these micros. Held down here, I was down like $1,000. I just held it all the way up, and then ended up taking profits on this engulfing candle. I think like 200 bucks. So happy on that. SPY, yeah, basically just trading a range. I did a couple little scalps here and there. Actually, no, what did I do? I took a short on it right here on this candle with it breaking, and then it actually hit my resistance perfectly, but I didn't close it. I was like, just gonna hold it, because at that point the MACD crossed also. We had red into the 9, so I thought the momentum was coming down. So eventually it was, but I had to hold it through a pretty big loss here, and then finally it came back down to break even, and then this thing just started flushing. And this was from the news of 2 missiles hitting Poland that were supposedly from Russia. I think Russia at this point said they didn't do it. Maybe it was Ukraine that was shooting or firing missiles out of the sky from Russia. I don't know. But at this point, the market, this was reaction, and so far it seems like it's not going to be an event. But we'll see if it does, what kind of unravels from it. Natural gas could definitely rip if Russia is attacking. Sorry, not Poland. If Russia's attacking Poland. Same with oil and wheat and all, everything basically. And the market could rip too, because if NATO, if that basically breaks NATO's rules or whatever, then Powell would quit raising rates. So that would be bullish for the market. So we'll see. I don't know if any of that's going to play out at this point. It maybe we'll just find out that it was an accident, or it was shrapnel, or but yeah, at this point that was where the volatility came in here. And so yeah, I did pretty well on this drop here. I closed it out pretty much down here. I think I had 3 micros. I think that was like, at one point it was like $1,000. I think I closed out for like 800 or 900. And then natural gas, I had it short here. Actually, I had it short through here. Even through that news, it didn't really rally. Closed that out for, I don't know, a couple hundred. And then actually went back long up here on this green candle. Green over the 9, bullish MACD. As well as it kind of breaking this resistance. And I wanted more long exposure. Coming into winter, I think it's a safer long, as well as if this news escalates with what's going on and it was deliberate or anything like that, then natural gas and oil are going to rip. So probably hold these overnight, unless if I get stopped out, or unless it just rallies so much I want to take profits. But at this point, yeah, even on the hourly, we've got green over the 9 moving average and a bullish MACD. Daily's not quite as convincing of a trend, but yeah, we'll see. Looks like it's hitting a little resistance here. So the futures chart looks a little different. The resistance on the futures chart is basically further up here. It's like right up here, this 20 area. So we'll see if it gets back up there. GME kind of was grinding up today, pretty good. Somewhat good volume, and then of course it dumped down with SPY. See on the daily, yeah, pretty good volume, 4.7. So this last 5 days has looked very similar to something like this, one of these times, or even one of these areas, or before we have a rip. And I'm kind of anticipating that. It's possible with something like this, but I don't think so. I think it's we're in the trend right here and we're on our way back up, very similar to here. So this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days right here. Our days we're having these past 5 have been a little bit more bullish, but still nonetheless it's just kind of this grind up, and then we had a couple big pops here to retest. So we'll see. I still bullish, and the fact that we're breaking kind of resistances now at this point is good. Looks like today we'll get a bullish MACD crossover on the daily, and basically anytime we've gotten that, we've had big rips. So that's one of the indicators I always look for. So I had it here. Sometimes it comes during, sometimes it comes before. There we had it 1 day prior. Had it back here. Then we had, so this could have been the dip we had, and then that. I mean, there's all sorts of charts you could, or patterns you could try and find from before. I think the price action potentially is different now that we've split. So I'm kind of holding less weight from before the split and looking at more stuff after. That said, I'm still anticipating another retest, but I guess it's possible we don't. Yeah, we'll see. I think the next couple of weeks, I think we should be good. And us rallying into OPEX, the only time it's done that, it rarely does that. Usually it kind of sells off into OPEX. So I suppose it still could do that. It's only Tuesday, so we still have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Thursday, Friday could be red. But so far this week's been pretty strong. This was a week where we were rallying into OPEX right here. So this was OPEX week. And then of course, the week after OPEX and SLD right up here. So SLD, I guess it starts tomorrow, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, everything looks bullish on it. Today actually, I closed out of my call debit spreads right here on that 5-minute engulfing candle. That's a bearish reversal, and it just so happened that that's when the SPY started to turn around also. Let's see, when was that? Yeah, I mean, it was following SPY, so it was actually right here. SPY hadn't made its move yet. I saw on GME, I closed it out, and then SPY started dumping, so I waited to enter because I knew GME would probably come down with it. So it came down. I started re-entering down here near VWAP for next Friday on GME. So got back in, and those are back positive. UNG is rejecting that resistance. Yeah, let me show you guys what we got. So yeah, this did update from, I think, yesterday. 44.60 is where we're at on the year, basically the last 2 weeks. First week futures, or first 2 weeks maybe, it was down 5 grand. Climb back up. Now we're positive. After today, it'll be like 55, I think 5,600. Couple UNG contracts. Nothing much left in here. I did actually a couple oil. Did mini oils, which are pretty large. Just kind of test it out. And I've done it before, but I wasn't ready, so I just got out of it. Shorting micros, long on oil, just all the ones I basically said. And I'm left with these two. Three on these micros on natural gas is it's manageable. Like if it starts going against you quite a bit, you need to have conviction for sure to hold it. 2 is a little easier to stomach, but 3 is nice for gains. I mean, like this move here, if you caught a good majority of it, that would have been well over $1,000 just from a 1% move basically. So 2 is nice though too. I mean, these make big moves too, really. Individual on the shares. So I've actually been doing some of the unusual whales trades that he tweets, and just seeing how they go and following along. So I've gotten a couple of these. You guys on Discord maybe noticed. I don't know. Yeah, the Qualcomm one, and then Upstart. I was in that before. I got out of it, but I got back in it today, and then I was up like 30-40% on it. Market started tanking, and it was just a weekly. All these ones they share are just weeklies. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. But I got out of it because the market was tanking. I'm like, I don't want exposure. I broke even on that one, but this one I'm holding on to, and this is for next Friday. This MDB 195-200 call debit spread. It popped up on there, also on the unusual whales options. But he's just doing like out the money and short dated. So I'm doing spreads and trying to add a little more time. Qualcomm was one of them too. They were way out the money and short dated. I guess this is a weekly too. So I'm doing safer spreads closer to the money. Might close us out today. I mean, I don't know. Just a couple little base hits here and there. My birds contract. So birds news is Spy's doing really well. Look at that. Birds really got wrecked from their news, so down 17% today. So my options got filled that I've been waiting to get filled for like a month or so. My long calls on birds. So I sold those ones yesterday for 100% profit. And then I opened up these longer dated ones that actually just filled today, which is funny. They happened back to back, just I think with this volatility and liquidity coming to the options chain. I got these 2.5 calls for the farthest strike, which is April. At 2.5 calls, I got them for 5 cents. I got 114 of these. I doubt these will be in the money by April. I think we'll still be in kind of a monetarily strict environment at that point. So, but if we're not, then these definitely could be in the money by then. But I'm really just trying to kind of scalp arbitrage these. So I already have an order to sell these for 10 cents. If anyone wants to buy them, feel free. Warby, this is Don Rose play. Looks good. Looks like it has some momentum. And then the GME plays I'm in now. 28.35 call debit spreads. I have 2 of them for next Friday. Break even on these is $29. Somewhat safe. Not crazy. So we're at $27.66. $29 isn't too far off. I think if we're at $29, we'll, maybe not actually. That is kind of a resistance. We'll see. It's possible we are just at 29, but it seems like if we're that high in the next couple days, we'll probably be on our way. Probably won't hang out there very long. Then of course all the shares. BBY not getting the love today. I think AMC was rallying some. Yep. So some of the other ones got some movement. Corsair had an offering, which dumped them. I suppose it was a good time. They've just coming off a pretty big rally, almost doubled their share price in like a month. So I guess if they thought the rally was over, it's a good time to offer shares. But that kind of, it actually didn't do a whole lot today, honestly. Down 8%. Not crazy. The volume is what caught my eye. So Corsair Gaming raises 75 million via secondary equity offering. So that's probably necessary. Yeah, that's $16.50 a share. Probably necessary for them. I didn't really look into it, but look at that volume. Crazy. Yeah, I've got covered calls and then shares of that in long term, of course. And yeah, those are the plays. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.